the chosen one. This Sunday is unlike any others. There are some times in your life that do not pass you by. They pivot everything, whether you realize it or not. This moment, this Sunday, has marked a new chapter in your path. Something miraculous has occurred, something permanent, something unmistakable. You may not have seen it with your own eyes yet, but the structure of your destiny has already started to alter in the unseen world. This is more than simply a day on the calendar. It's the day your life is transformed. The cosmos has recognized your alignment, obedience, and faith, and has opened a gate that cannot be closed right now. You may feel tiny vibrations in your soul, indicating that something is about to shift. A subtle intensity, an unwavering eagerness. That's not your imagination. That is confirmation. You are standing at the gateway of a whole new realm that has been concealed until now. And when you watch this film, we encourage you to totally open your heart, as this energy will propel you ahead. Stay to the finish and provide your best wishes. Also, write 777 in the comments to magnify your purpose and communicate to the universe that you are ready for manifestation. This is the chapter in which your innermost wishes begin to manifest. Now, choose one like this video. Subscribe. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and let us begin. This Sunday is spiritual. It is strategic. It is sacrosanct. You didn't just happen to be in this situation. This was already inscribed into the divine plan for your life. Some Sundays are peaceful, while others are routine. However, this Sunday is hallowed ground. This is the day. Heaven echoed your name louder. This is the time when the invisible has changed in your favor. This is the point in time when what was previously postponed suddenly accelerates. At this time, your prayers were promptly answered. The world may not always notice the importance of a moment, but you, chosen one, have been endowed with spiritual sight, and that sight is giving you the signals. Doors that were previously locked suddenly become unlocked. Conversations change. Ideas start pouring. Clarity replaces misunderstanding. That's how divine transformation manifests. It seldom comes with pyrotechnics. Instead, it moves in gently, powerfully, permanently. And when it occurs, you feel it in your spirit before it manifests in your world. This is the quiet before your breakout storm. Not the sort that destroys, but the one that creates a storm of blessings. A flurry of chances. Everything that has been held up for you for months, if not years, has finally come down. You have been sowing seeds. Nobody observed any combat battles. No one knew how to hang on to hope, even when it didn't make sense. However, the transition starts this Sunday, demonstrating that you are not just waking up to another routine. You're realizing that you've been picked for something huge. Your name is being uttered in rooms you've never been. Your light is being acknowledged, even in areas you've never been. What occurred on Sunday was not an accident. It was an alignment. You are no longer being hidden. You are being exposed. The reason things have seemed heavy recently is because elevation carries weight. Destiny is not light. It is sacrosanct. And this is serious. And the higher you're raised, the stronger your base must grow. That is why you felt the pressure. That is why you have been tried in silence. Because what is coming will take strength. It needs identification. And you are the chosen one. You've shown in your private procedure that you're prepared for your public ascension. There is something about divine timing that no man can stop when the time arrives for your reveal. It transcends all bounds. No delay, no treachery, no mistake from your past can stop what is currently in motion. That is what this Sunday signifies. God's unrestrained will is moving for you. Not because you pleaded or negotiated, but because this is how it has always been written. You have been loyal when nobody clapped. You have been faithful when nobody thanked you. You've remained strong when everything within you wanted to give up. And now the prize is being released. The promise is being fulfilled. The words you spoke in prayer are now being shouted in the corridors of heaven. Let this be your confirmation. Let this be your deal. This message is being sent to you today because your spirit requested it. You attracted this message with your alignment and energy. There is nothing random about this experience. You are now in divine rhythm, which will bring everything designed for you to your feet. People may not realize how quickly your life is going to change. That is all right. They were not supposed to. You have been invited to live your path out loud rather than explain it. This Sunday altered everything. Not simply due of external events, but also because of personal decisions. You vowed to adapt. You chose to rise even when it was unpleasant. And now the cosmos, heaven, and everything holy are reacting to that promise. You're not the same person you were before. The old you vanished as you embraced this greater calling. This Sunday signified the end of delay, the end of stagnation, and the burial of any version of yourself that was no longer in alignment. You've come out of the shadows. You have passed through the curtain. And now you're in the light. Your life isn't little. Your task is not typical. The power that flows through you is not in random. It is sacred. And it will bring to you all you've been promised. This sun unlocked a world of speed. What formerly took years will now take months. What formerly took months will now take days. The heavenly tempo has altered, and you're now racing on the clock of paradise. As you leave this holy time, remember that nothing is the same, even if it seems untouched from the outside. Trust that the dirt underneath has already changed. Believe that the harvest is inevitable. Trust that everything has been aligned. You have waited long enough. You have suffered quietly long enough. You've been ignored long enough. But your spotlight time has arrived, not to perform, but to stand in your truth and shine. You will choose one. When your spirit realized the significance of this sun, something within of you started to shine brighter. That light represents your inner validation. The spiritual world communicates in vibrations, not words. And your frequency is now higher. You do not need to yell blessings. They are now attracted to you. You do not need to pursue validation. It now comes effortlessly because something occurred in the unseen, prompting the visible to react. This Sunday served as a gateway, an electric doorway, and a heavenly choice day. You may not yet completely comprehend its significance, but the energy you are experiencing is not coincidental. Prophecy is unfolding. You are about to enter into heavenly promises that have hitherto been kept hidden, not to punish, but to prepare you. Because if they arrived too early, they would have overwhelmed you or slipped through your fingers. But now, you are now ready. You're not behind. You are exactly on time. This heavenly unfolding could not have occurred any sooner or later. Every delay you faced was only heaven's way of withholding what was valuable until you had the strength to safeguard it. You were not refused. You were preserved. You were not forgotten. You were concealed. This Sunday marked the conclusion of the concealing period. Do not underestimate what has been put in motion. Even if everything around you seems regular, believe that profound spiritual architecture is being repaired. Your fate is being divinely revised. Old timelines are being wiped. Previous versions of yourself are being revealed. You are getting into alignment with something bigger than you have ever known before. Your call is being upgraded. Your voice is being amplified. Your presence is becoming more intense. Starting this Sunday, the energy you carry will transfer rooms. You will notice that others react to you differently. Some will be attracted to you as if they have discovered something completely. Others will withdraw themselves, unable to bear your brightness. Let them both be. It is not your obligation to darken oneself for the sake of others' comfort. It is to get full strength so that you may perform what you were meant to do. You are now in the in-between, the area where old chapters fade and fresh ones remain blank. That may be perplexing, but do not be terrified. The in-between is sacrosanct. It is where faith is validated. It's where fresh insights emerge. And here is where your heavenly instructions will become evident. You don't have to hurry. You do not need to push. Your alignment now determines the tempo. Allow your soul to guide you, and watch as the following steps develop flawlessly. There is a reason you have always felt different. There's a reason you never quite fit in. You were able to see and feel things that others could not. They were unaware of the burdens they carried. It's because you were picked to bring a certain frequency into the globe. And now that frequency is fully active. You are not walking into purpose. You're assuming authority. Allow the past to remain still. Allow yourself to be wounded by what happened. Remain in yesterday. You do not need to carry every recollection. You don't have to describe each wound. This light cut the connections to what no longer belongs. The mental weight you have been carrying. It is losing its grasp. You don this persona to survive. It is being replaced by a symbol of sovereignty. You're not here to survive anymore. You are here to succeed. You will find that you no longer have the energy to engage in activities that exhaust you. That is not you becoming chilly. You get aligned when you outgrow your previous surroundings. Your soul will start to reject what no longer serves your progress. Don't fight that emotion. Honor it. That's your higher self telling you that we won't go back. You are not supposed to shrink for anyone's comfort. You are not required to conform to systems that were never designed for your spirit. You're supposed to disrupt, raise, and rebuild. And the disruption begins right now. The transition that occurred this Sunday was not only spiritual, but also strategic. Your impact is growing. Your voice is being positioned. Your platform is being prepared. Everything you have gone through, every solitary cry, secret fight, and lonely breakthrough was never squandered. Heaven took notice, and this sun is its reaction. You're going to encounter scenarios in which others will bless you without understanding why. Opportunity. His will open effortlessly. Resources will be sent without request. Because grace has moved ahead of you. Your sole duty now is to stay in flow. Not fear, not doubt, flow. Stay in tune with the heavenly rhythm. Trust the indications. Respect your energies. And when the time comes, take a big step. You were never supposed to tread lightly into your destiny. You were destined to come like thunder and stroll like royalty. Do not wait for everyone's approval. Do not seek affirmation from folks who have never comprehended your vision. Move forth with boldness and speak with conviction. Live with the assurance that something profoundly affected your life on Sunday. And things will never be the same again. This is not the time to play small. This is not the chapter for holding back. Now is the moment to let your talents speak for themselves. This is the hour when heaven is reverberating through your acts, and the more aligned you are, the more miracles will occur automatically. Something occurred, the chosen one, and that something is going to transform into everything you imagined. Hold your ground. Keep your energy holy and recognize that this is your time. The world has yet to catch up with what has just happened to you. But it will. When it happens, everyone around you will notice how unexpected it is. But not for you, because you could feel it coming. You knew deep down that a breaking point was imminent. Not a breakdown, but a breakthrough. The pressure you felt was not punishment. It was labor. This Sunday marked the beginning of your new life. You are no longer using the same frequency as previously. That implies old habits, relationships, and worries. They'll no longer match you. The cosmos reacts to your frequency, and yours has just surpassed previous limits. You may find yourself drifting away from things that formerly seemed important. That is alignment. You may feel as if you no longer recognize yourself. That is evolution. The transformation that happened did not only open doors, it changed your course. What was once a fantasy has become an assignment. You are entering. You aren't waiting for your life to start. It started on Sunday. And from this point on, your days will be filled with instances that indicate the changes that have occurred. People will marvel how things happened so rapidly for you. They didn't see what you went through. They did not notice the nights you sobbed while being faithful. They didn't hear the quiet yes you said to your fate while your heart remained uncertain. They did not see your quiet obedience as you walked through spiritual storms, but the divine saw everything. And now the divine is respecting everything. This Sunday was not only symbolic, it was strategic. Its energy extended back to repair what had been damaged while also stretching ahead to prepare for what was to come. That signifies that restoration is underway. What you lost will return in a better form. What was delayed is now on track. What seemed to be forgotten has been recalled at the perfect time. Let go of the impulse to sort everything out right now. The next season of your life will not be constructed on reasoning. It will be founded on trust. Your soul will know before your head does. You will be guided by emotion, energy, and intuition. And that's how you'll find yourself in spaces you never imagined having discussions in and making movements that were unthinkable just a few months ago. It is already unfolding. Confirmation will arrive in unexpected ways. A message, a phone call, an unexpected chance, a moment of clarity. Everyone will point to the same truth. Your life is transformed. Do not be afraid of the unknown. You're not the same person you were before. And this is why it does not feel the same. This new version of yourself needs new degrees of bravery, consistency, and dedication. And guess what? You've already shown that you have what it takes. You've already survived what should have killed you. You have already risen from what was supposed to bury you. You are not fortunate. You are anointed. And now the anointing is active. That indicates things will start flowing. That formerly needed effort. It suggests you'll attract what you were after. You'll comprehend things more quickly. You'll connect with others more intimately because your energy has been adjusted to a higher frequency that supports acceleration and satisfaction. The chosen one. Your presence is now a gateway. You embody a spiritual code that wakes others. That is why people experience something in your presence that they cannot describe. That is why you attract certain people while intimidating others. You do not need to explain or apologize. Just be. Just shine. Just stick to your truth. You are not returning to previous cycles. This Sunday permanently shattered them. Even if the adversary attempts to instill fear or uncertainty in you, you'll be too firm in your convictions to be shaken. You have crossed the line. There is no comeback, only elevation. Pay attention to how the next several days unfold. You'll start to see subtle indications, synchronicities, heavenly encounters, and serene moments. Then the floodgates open. Then the torrent of favor starts. Then others who are connected with your mission begin to arrive. Then the supply corresponds to the vision. You don't have to force anything. Your new responsibility is to accept it with profound understanding rather than despair. You're no longer striving. You are embodying. You're no longer proving. You're allowing. You no longer seek. You're becoming. That's the power of what occurred on Sunday. It didn't simply affect your outward environment. It unleashed the true you. They healed you. The bold you. The rich you. They selected you. And now that you've met this version of yourself, you won't be able to go back to the previous one. Remember, you haven't gone this far for nothing. You did not go through all of that anguish for nothing. You've been positioned for something particular, wonderful, and holy. And now something is waking, activating, and increasing with each stride you take from this day forward. Walk with your head up. Carry yourself as if you knew the skies have pronounced your name. Move as if you're walking rather than waiting. Live as if you already knew that the sun changes everything. And from now on, the remainder of your life will reflect this. You've passed an unseen boundary, and what awaits you now is a whole new world of experiences, possibilities, and insights. The sun did not merely shift your direction. It altered your dimension. You've reached a new degree of quiet. The rewards will now speak loudly. The version of you that awoke today is carrying something very strong, something irrefutable. As a result, some items will no longer be permitted in your area. That is not rejection. It is heavenly filtering. People who no longer reach out, pathways that no longer go somewhere, and routines that no longer provide comfort. All of this is part of the cleaning process. You are being set aside, cleansed for purpose, and raised to execution. The chosen one. You are entering a domain in which every move you take has an impact on the spiritual realm. This is why you needed to hear this message right now.